Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. And welcome to my match build up and opposition preview for match week 8. Arsenal against Aston Villa, the last game on Sunday night, the last game before another annoying international break. And I have a special guest with me, AJS Gaming TV. How are you, mate?
I'm good, man. Hi, everyone. Glad to be here. Feeling, I want to say optimistic, but we'll probably lose now.
I mean, everyone expects some points when they play Arsenal. Like it's never that hard. But what have you made of the weekend so far in general, apart from Arsenal playing the Saturday and the Friday games?
Interesting to see Leeds lose 4-1 again. Since Leeds beat us, which was, I think, it was a bit of a shock to not only just us but everyone. Like Bamford getting a hat trick. Since then, they lost 4-1 last week, 4-1 today. The Premier League is just too unpredictable, man. There's no game now. It's like a guaranteed win. Like 10 years ago, like Man United dominating the scene. There's always games where you expect them to win, and then they lose to Palace. Man City couldn't beat West Ham. There's not a guaranteed win anymore. Even like Villa Liverpool. Obviously, I'm going to bring it up. No one ever would have saw that coming. So it's just absolutely crazy. Well, me and you could be miles off. We could have contrasting opinions and both be miles off.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I wanted to ask you about your season so far. So you've played. You still have a game in hand again?
Yeah, we have a game in hand. Yeah, we do.
City?
Yeah. So we were supposed to play Man City on the opening day, and because of European football, that got called off. I'm glad. I didn't want to play Man City as the first game. That's not a good way to start the season. We had Sheffield United, which is a bit of a rough game. They play very defensive. They had an early red card. You can't really play the way you want to when you play 10 men because their game plan goes out the window.
I remember that day very well because I had Egan on my FPS. I didn't actually think it was a red card. And then, of course, if I can remember from the top of my head, you beat Fulham 3-0. You also beat Liverpool 7-2. You also
we beat Leicester. We beat Leicester 1-0.
Yeah, you beat Leicester.
It's a very late goal. Barkley got the winner. And since then we haven't won since then.
So let me see. Like for the first 4 games, are you totally surprised that you actually got 12 points out of 12, or were you like?
It was our best start since like the 1930s. Like we've won. Like I don't know how much you know about Villa history, but we have a lot of trophies. Won the league 7 times, and we still never started that well in a very long time. So I was very surprised. I wanted to win against Sheffield United because of how well they did last season. I always thought it'd have been a struggle. I wanted like a point at home. You never want to lose your first game. But I was so surprised, and the Leicester one I think really did show that maybe this could be different this year. We're not going to be fighting relegation because it was a game where we didn't play necessarily very well. Neither did Leicester, to be fair, but it looked like it was going to be a draw, but we still managed to grind out a win. The only downside is that we've now lost 2 games in a row, and there was parts of those games where we looked like the team that was second bottom last year because we were in the relegation zone for a lot last year.
Did you expect you to lose those 2 games, or are you like, we've won 4 games, you're now going to win these other 2 games? Or
this is the problem when you win a lot of games, your expectation kind of goes through the roof. I did expect to beat Leeds. Bamford in that game before he got his hat trick missed easy chances, and I even said on a video I made I didn't think he was going to score because he already missed like a couple of sitters. But I think we got a bit overconfident, and as soon as we went a goal down, it's the first time that we went a goal down this season, and we didn't know how to respond. And you know the way Leeds plays, very like press, intense pressure, and we couldn't deal with it. As soon as we went a goal down, we try and open ourselves up, and we got caught time and time again. Unfair play. But I think Leeds have been found out since then, though. But we couldn't find them out.
They have. So apart from the Liverpool game, obviously, where it's astonished everyone, like which result has been more satisfying for you? Is it the Leicester one? Is it the Sheffield one? The first one? Was it?
Most people, sorry to cut you off. Most people would say Leicester, but I'm going to say the Fulham one because we didn't get a clean sheet away from home all of last season. We were the only Premier League team to not do that. And for me to get that first clean sheet was so pivotal because it just shows that we're not that team. We're not that team anymore. Even though we have lost our last 2 games, we're not that team anymore. And it was nice to win those first 2 games, really put a foothold. And we were like, I know he's 2 games in, but we're around the top 5, looking good, looking confident. Even Tyra Ming scored his centre back. Again, centre back scored. Konza scored as well.
The thing I've noticed with you guys, like you score a lot of goals, 15 already this season, but you do concede a lot of goals. But if you're conceding free kicks like that, I know it's not your fault, but it is a tough result to take for you guys. But which one are you concerned about? Are you happy that you're scoring very many goals? Are you concerned that you're conceding very many goals?
Well, I'd rather lose 4-3 than a 1-0. At least it shows that we've tried. I think when we were
clean sheets in the first 3 games.
Yeah, we had the best defensive record until until the Southampton game. Even after the Leeds one, we still had a very good defensive record. Conceding goals is an issue. Our left back Matt Target is not Premier League standard. You'll probably see that. I think he'll get ripped apart by you lot, if I'm going to be honest. He was at.
I know everything about him.
Yeah, he's woeful. He's caught out of position. He gave a free kick away that led to a Southampton goal. He's been out. We've had a lot of good performances, like Matty Cash at right back, who he signed from Nottingham Forest, has been very promising. But we didn't get anyone at left back, which those are the 2 issues that we had. Yeah, we actually managed to replace one, but because we couldn't get the other, we're still leaking the goal. The 2 free kicks were incredible. I don't think any keeper is going to save it. They're both in the top corner. But you don't concede free kicks edge of the box. Like Matty Cash put his arm up to block a cross. It's an instant moment. I don't think he'd want to do it. It's just an instant reaction. It's gone over his head. He needs to stop. But we know how good James Ward-Prowse is on free kicks. He's shown it for years. When he's already scored one, he's going to be so confident. He could, if he had a 3rd free kick, he'd put it the same place. I'd bet my house on that. He'd put it the same place. So
so
it is what it is.
So you've played 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 games. If you're asked at the start of the season, 12 points from the first 18, would you be happy with that?
I would be happy. Yeah. My aim this year was to not be 17th, but I wasn't going to be too optimistic. I wanted a bit more of a comfortable mid-table finish. So it's still a great start. Disappointing to lose 2 in a row, but it is still a good start. I mean, we're above you in the table with a game in hand, so I can't really complain.
Looking at you guys, attack, especially your attack, it's better than West Brom, it's better than Fulham, it's better at level. It's like better than. So how happy have you been with these 3 people, Grealish, Barkley, and Watkins?
They've been very good. They have been very good. And even Trezeguet, who scored against you last year, although he's not a fan favourite, he always puts in a shift in, and he's done well. But obviously, Grealish is the main man. Barkley's come in. As soon as Barkley's come in, he's given more room to Grealish. In the 7-2 game, we saw that massively. Grealish had so much room, got 2 goals, 3 assists, absolutely relished in that. Watkins, a good goal scorer, good poacher, always in the right place, right time. Battles hard with defenders. Fulham game, dominated their defense, bullied them constantly. And I just want to see a bit more of that in the Arsenal game. I know Gabriel's a fantastic defender for you, but I'd like to see a bit of a matchup between him and Watkins. Might be good. You never know. Because defensively, you can be a bit shaky, I will say. But we'll see what can happen.
I'm interested to see what kind of formation we go with in that game. But before I get into that, the last 2 games we played, including a friendly in September, you guys actually beat us 3-2. And we lost 1-0. Let's say if we actually beat you guys at Villa Park, you'd probably have been relegated last season.
Yeah, we would have. We 100%. I did not expect us to win that game. In that position, we had you in West Ham. And I was thinking, I'd get a point against you would be a fantastic result. Win against West Ham. Winning that game against you was massive. Completely changed the tide. Nigel Pearson was sacked as Watford manager as well. I think on that day as well, which pretty much resigned them to relegation. Brilliant day. And I think as well, it wasn't just one of those smash and grab 1-0s. I think even you'd be fair to say we actually did deserve our 1-0 win. and kept your attack, who very good attack, very quiet in that game.
We had 0 shots on target.
On target, exactly. And it's Aubameyang. He's one of the best players, one of the best strikers in world football, and we didn't allow him to have a shot on target.
Yeah, so the last we've played you guys 11 times at the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League. We've won 6. You have a decent record. We've won 6, you've won 3 and drawn twice. We have better records than other teams. Against other teams than you guys. So you actually do well. I remember that Agbonga where he scored 2-0 against us in 2008. There was that 2014 opening game of the season.
The 3-1 on the opening day. I remember that. Very, very well.
There have been some really damaging games, but this is a new season. This is a new era.
Yeah. Yes,
Arsenal against Aston Villa. What are you expecting from this game this time?
I want to be very, very optimistic. I would take a draw, but we are Villa and Arsenal are 2 of the 3 teams in the Premier League not to draw this season. I don't know if you know that. I'd very much take a point. You're very confident after obviously going and winning your last game. You won that very comfortably as well away at Man United. So you'll be confident. We'll be a bit less, obviously conceding 7 goals in 2 games. You'll probably be expecting a win, which I won't blame you for. But if I want to be like, my heart's telling me 1-1, but I think we're going to lose 2-0. I'm going to be honest with you.
It's great that you brought in that draw stat. Last season, the contrast from this season, we actually had the most draws.
Season. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you drew loads of games.
One game that we should have drawn was our home game against you guys last season. I remember you took a 2-1 lead, and then we got a red card or something, and then we won it 3-2. Aubameyang free kick.
Yeah.
So from that lineup and our lineup, you guys had Wesley. Whatever happened to him? Where is he?
So Wesley had a poor start to the season. He got injured. He tore his ACL on New Year's Day against Burnley. He even scored in that game as well. And he's been out ever since. And he's going to be out again for another few months. So it could be well over a year. Like, his injury stint could literally keep him out of football for well over a year, which is crazy. Same day, Tom Heaton also done his ACL, which I've never known 2 ACL injuries in the same game. But obviously we had a striking issue. We brought in Samata. He scored 2 goals in, I think it was 14, 15 games. Not good enough. It was a clear issue, and that's why we had to buy Watkins. Yeah. If he gets injured, we're in a lot of trouble. Because I'm not confident.
From the 28 players that played that day, the likes of Wesley, the likes of Guendouzi and Torreira, for us, all of them are no longer here. And there'll be new players like Barkley, Watkins, Gabriel, Partey. It's going to be a whole new kind of game. And is this your hardest game so far this season, or is it Liverpool?
It would be easy to say Liverpool, but they didn't have Alisson, and everyone knows how bad Adrian is. They had key players out. Even Liverpool now without Van Dijk, it's not the Liverpool that everyone knows. I think you would be. Yeah, I think you and Leicester easily the hardest 2 games, especially now that we're not as confident as what we once were. You've got Partey as well. He's a terrific sign. I cannot believe that you got Partey in, and quite cheap as well, really. And he played brilliantly against Man United. And I think he might dominate the midfield. Even though our midfield is good, I still think he's very, very good. Very good at what he does.
Yeah, let me know if you had the chance, apart from Aubameyang, obviously, if you had the chance to come to Arsenal right now and take 3 players to Aston Villa, which players do you think?
Well, we saw Martinez, so technically we could get 4.
Already. Yeah.
You know what? I think Saka is a fantastic youth prospect. Martinelli, you might probably not guess me say that. I think he's a brilliant player. I don't think he's not very well utilised at your club. I remember his goal against Chelsea where he ran from the halfway line and scored. And I probably would say Partey, even though he's barely been at your club. He's fantastic player. Yeah. But I think everyone would pick Aubameyang. He's a unreal striker, loads of pace, power, everything.
Speaking of Martinez, that will be a good battle between him and Leno. Do you think he has improved your squad?
Yeah, he has. He saved a penalty on his debut, which you couldn't ask for anything more of a keeper. Got a clean sheet, made a big save. It wasn't even a bad penalty. He's put it in the corner, but he's dived full stretch. But we'll see. I remember when we bought Martinez, loads of Arsenal fans came over and said, like, you don't think you should have sold him? Perhaps maybe you should have pushed Leno out because Leno's been known to make mistakes. Even though he's a great keeper, he does tend to have a clanger here and there, makes mistakes, lets a goal in.
That brings me to my next two questions. Of course, you've mentioned target already. Which other position do you think is a weakness for you guys?
Possibly right wing. I don't think we've seen it enough from Bertrand Traore. He's injured now. He won't be playing in the game. He done his thigh against Southampton. But him and Trezeguet. Trezeguet is he's like Marmite. He's either good or not. He's off or he's great. He'll disappear in games where you need it. That's why we often play the ball to the left, because Grealish likes to have the ball. He's completely moved to left wing. He used to be like a cam. He's now completely transitioned on the left. So we often play on that side. So the right side kind of becomes a bit isolated. I think we need another big influence. I'd love to have brought in Said Benrahma. Like the idea was to get Benrahma and Watkins, but I think Watkins cost too much. So we couldn't bring him in. But that would have been those two, because they played together as well. Those two would have been fantastic. And he's gone to West Ham on loan, unfortunately. But so I would say right wing, yeah.
So again, apart from Aubameyang, since you say your left back is kind of weak, who are you most afraid of seeing in the team? Is it Pepe? Is it Willian? Is it the pace of Bellerin?
Pepe's a bit... I don't think he's £72 million worth. He's a good player, but I never... Like, when a lot of money is paid like that, I always thought it's a bit of a risk. And I've not seen that investment back. He has shown quality, but he's not like he's not in the world class elite wingers. He's very one-footed as well, but he does have lightning pace. He knows how to beat a man. He would be a danger man, of course. But you're at home. You can play your possession-based football. Arsenal played that type of style. You can pass through. Maybe Pepe can get in against Matt Target, which he probably will.
I think I was starting for that. So let's go to the next one. Like, give me a starting lineup. Like, would you change the formation to a back five, or would you?
No. So if you're gonna play a top team, I hate teams who go to like Man City, play a 5-4-1 or something like that. Just try and be defensive. Try and shit house a win. I don't want that. I want a team to actually go at you. You have defensive frailties like we do. I want that type of game. I don't want a boring game. I want us to, really like. I want us to keep the shape that we've done, but I want us to be more confident. Don't give silly free kicks away like we did against Southampton. Don't be dominated in certain areas of the pitch. Like I want our pressing game to be good. Really put you on the back foot, because if we sit back and let you pass your way through, you will score goals. Because defensively, we're not good enough to keep you out. I want us to keep 4-2-3-1 and really press you from the front, man. Get our strikers to help our defense and really put you in trouble. Like David Luiz, always got a mistake in him. Press him, like really make him make errors. I want us to really come at you flying. I hope we do that.
I don't think he'll actually play. I think it's going to be
I know, but it's an Arsenal defender. Everyone knows makes mistakes. But
give me starting
lineup. So we'd have obviously Martinez in goal. We can't really change the back four. We don't actually have that many defenders who can play in those positions. Mings in it and Ezri Konsa will always start together. Unfortunately, Target. Matty Cash. We need two holding midfielders. So it'll be Douglas Luiz with John McGinn. McGinn's more of a box-to-box, so he can try and carry the ball. Barkley will be our out-and-out number 10. On the left, Grealish, obviously. On the right, would have to be Trezeguet. We don't really have a sub for Trezeguet either. And then up front, Watkins. I hope Watkins just isn't isolated up front. I really hope Grealish can hurt you, your right back area, and hopefully Watkins can have the ball.
He did hurt us last season, and also McGinn scored against us. So, do you think you can make it 3 wins from 3 against Arsenal?
You're good at home. You've always been good at home. Well, away from home has been your issues. I don't think we'll win the game. But we could get something out of it. I really do think that. But if you score first, you'll win the game. I still don't think we know properly how to come back in a game. And if we can really press you, get that opening goal and hold our lead, you never know what can happen. But I'd love a point. I'd love a point away. It'd also keep you below us as well.
Yeah, I will. And anyone who wins this game is like back to top 5 and top 4, and that will be like a good confidence booster heading to another annoying international break. So thank you very much for the preview. Where can they follow you, your YouTube channel and Twitter?
Yeah, but appreciate all the support. If anyone wants to come over, I do loads of Villa stuff, so come check me out. It'd be great. Thanks for this interview. It's been very fun. Yeah, it is my handle. Yeah, so go and check me out. I did a Villa Liverpool reaction, which was if you haven't seen it, it's quite funny.
Awesome. I can imagine that she was so happy that
I was very happy. I was very happy. He got 70k views as of right now, so it's done pretty well. So I'm pleased with that.
Awesome. So that was the match build up with AJS Gaming TV. Arsenal against Aston Villa Sunday night. Make sure you come for the match reaction afterwards. Make sure you come for the player ratings. I hope it will be positive player ratings. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.